Okay, so here we are in the land of Kunark. And so right now I'm in the Field of Bone, just outside Cabalus. And the two poison-making supplies that we can get here are Spider Venom and Heartsting Venom Sacs. And Heartsting Venom Sacs drop off Heartsting Scorpions. It's kind of a rare drop. Not giant scorpions, not large scorpions, but Heartsting scorpions. Heartsting scorpions are between Kern's Tower and Kesora. That's where you're going to find them. So I'm just going to look for a couple. There's a regular spider. See if he drops a spider venom. There you go. There's the spider venom. Right there. Let me just look for a couple. I'm not going to farm this because it is kind of a rare, or it's an uncommon spawn. They tend to congregate up here. There's one. So just keep hunting. One thing I did during the Plains of Power era, our guild had very, very good attendance during the Plains of Power era. Generally, if you were a little late to raid, you'd be put on a wait list, and for a spot to open up on the raid. You know, kind of like you know, old school Everquest being put on a wait list to get a group. Same thing happens on raid when you have very, very good raid attendance. So because everyone's trying to get into the Plane of Time. So what I do is, as I was on those wait lists, I'd just come here and I'd shop for I'd go hunting for Heartsting Venom Sacs, and a Heartsting Venom Sacs can be used to make a stiffing ergot, which I've covered in past videos. This was actually one of the first poisons I made on this channel or playlist, and that's a slow and a snare. Most rogues will agree that of all the poisons that we have in our toolbox, snares and slows are the best poisons that we could use, especially early game. I'm just going to kill this. I think this is a giant. Yeah, that's a Heartsting. There you go. So you can see none dropped. I killed at least 5 scorpions, and I hadn't gotten any venom sacs. One thing I'd recommend, kind of like I was recommending in previous videos, come here. This tends to be where, when Kunark launches, this tends to be where a lot of noobs congregate. A lot of people want to main change or start playing an Ixar, you know, an Ixar Shadow Knight or Necromancer or whatever, and people power level their Ixars, try and get them to max level as fast as possible, and they tend to do that in the Field of Bone. So again, shoot that tell, strike up a conversation with someone and say, look, you know, I'm a rogue, I'm looking for Heartsting Venom Sacs. I'll pay you for them. They don't vendor for that much, unless they're another rogue, or I think there are some classes. I think necromancers actually have to use Heartsting Venom Sacs for, I believe, their Demi-Lich Skull or maybe their Epic 1.0. But by and large, Heartsting Venom Sacs aren't used for anything else. So ask to loot them, offer to pay for them. Generally, you'll be given them. So what we're going to do is we're going to zone into the Swamp of No Hope. I've already covered this. In the Swamp of No Hope, this frog log city, you just basically kill frog logs here for No Hope moss. This can make a poison called Susceptible Essence, and this can lower resists. I really like that poison quite a lot. And so that's pretty much all there is in the Swamp of No Hope. And let's keep hunting in Kunark. Okay, so here we are in the Overthere outpost. Here's my buddy, Golem. Regards me as an ally. Alright. Alright, so here I am in the Overthere outpost. Now here's a great place for rogues. You have 3 adjacent zones. You have Skyfire Mountains to the west. We have Timourous Deep, if we take the boat, or we take the translocator north. And then we have the Overthere itself. Okay, so let's just say you're waiting for a group in Howling Stones. You're waiting for the group to form up. Okay, and just like, you know, we mentioned with Soul B, You're waiting for that group to form, you're waiting for a healer, you're waiting for an enchanter, and you're the group's DPS, and so you're just killing time. Right by Howling Stones, there's Scorpikis galore, all through this little valley. Right as you zone into Howling Stones, there's Scorpikis everywhere. And those venoms, you only need 2 Scorpikis venoms, which is a fairly common drop-off Scorpikis. Those can be used to make soul burn. Any cactus around this whole area surrounding that valley, any cactus, those succulents, those can drop succulent sap. Those can be used to make poisons. So as you're waiting for your group, just head right over there. Just north of us, you take the boat to Timourous Deep and you go to the Spiroc camp. Those Spyrocs drop Spiroc bone dust, and Spiroc bone dusts can be used to make poisons that can level your poison making. And right to the west of us in Skyfire Mountains, there's 2 drops. There's skyash bile and chromodrac wings that drops off those chromatics. The only issue with the chromatics are they do dispel. So, you know, if you're attached to your buffs here, then you're probably going to say goodbye to them if you start hunting chromos. But skyash biles drop off the drakes over there. So again, 3 zones, all adjacent to each other, all which drop poison-making materials. So let's continue with a different part of Kunark. Okay, so here we are in the Dreadlands, right by Karnor's castle. And again, we have 3 zones, all next to one another, all which drop poison-making materials. So again, if you're, say, waiting for a KC group to form, and you're waiting for that healer, or you're waiting for that puller, so you're waiting for a monk or whatever, you know, you can, exit Karnor's castle and head here to the Dreadlands. The Yeti Caves, which we've already covered in a previous video, there's several different Yeti Caves, center, north, and south in the western part of the Dreadlands. Those Yetis will drop Frosty Datura, and that can be used to make high-level poisons. You can also head to the Frontier Mountains. In the Frontier Mountains, there's Nurga and Droga, which are goblin camps, and those goblins drop mountain death mineral salts. All of those can be used to make poisons. So again, you're waiting for a group to form, just head to an adjacent zone where there are much lower level mobs to kill. Kill them and farm poison making materials while you're waiting. I'm going to show you what to drop. It's just kill Drollvargs. And what we're looking off these Drollvargs, we're looking for plague mites. Plague mites are good. I'm actually going to go in here and farm some. So, like I said, Kunark is a great place to farm poison making materials. If you recall, that was one of the first places we went. So I'm just going to go through just these lower levels. Another added benefit is these Drollvargs are humanoids, and I mean, look at that damage. Love assassinating humanoids. It's nothing better. And my Venerable Sathir faction is getting trashed right now, but I have a few Drollvargs to kill. So you can very easily get that Venerable Sathir faction back. So what we're doing is we're looking for plague mites. There you go. There's some plague mites. We use that to make wasted flesh. So, you know, I could do a complete clear out of this place. And nobody's here, of course. You can see if Venerable Sathir himself is up, kill him, and completely bomb our Venerable Sathir faction. But again, I can get that back very easily. Okay, let's go to Frontier Mountains, go to Nurga and Droga, and show you those areas. It's interesting that if you kill the Drollvargs out here in the Dreadlands, you don't take a faction hit against Venerable Sathir. But if you kill Drollvargs inside Karnor's castle, you do take a faction hit with Mineral Sapphires. Just some things to keep in mind. Just killing Drollvargs in and of itself won't cause the faction hit. So something to keep in mind if you're in Era and it's a little harder to get VS faction. It's something to keep in mind. Okay, so we're logging into Frontier Mountains. Okay. Another thing you can do, if you have a forager or a class that can forage, some of these zones you can actually farm or forage nodding blue lilies here. So sometimes you'll see a tune. Who's this? Okay, I don't know who you are. Probably a quest mob. Sometimes you'll find some tunes that are just parked out here, just constantly foraging. Yeah, it's not uncommon where you'll see people just foraging nodding blue lilies. You get a lot of other stuff. You get fruit and vegetables and a lot of other things that you can use in baking. There, I believe one of the Ranger epic pieces is foraged here, as well as some monk epic pieces, I believe. So, alright, so these are our goblin buddies. They're not our buddies. Let's get off the horsey. Let's see what I've gotten here. Gotten a lot of leather whips, green goblin skin. Nothing yet. And the faction hit I'm taking is goblins of Mountain Death, Throne of Bile like me, Legion of Cab, and goblins of the Cleaving Tooth. Well, don't really care all that much. These leather whips are nice in the classic era for enchanter pets. These green goblin skins can be turned in for faction. Lichen clover is a trade skill material. A lot of these leather whips. I guess I probably need to change my loot settings. Yeah, I need to fight him. So it looks like we're zoning into Nurga. And you go in here, and it starts off, you swim underwater. Can't believe I still have my Faerun spell cast on me. So Mountain Death mineral salts are they're not the most common spawn off these guys. Okay, there you go. You left a Mountain Death mineral salt. There it is. That's what you want. You need 2 of them. So let's go ahead and get another one. And these also drop in Droga. It's a slightly lower level zone than Nurga. These guys, this guy won't want to talk to me. Well, let me go ahead and kill that guy and kill this guy. Now watch this. Alright, you're going to like this. So you see, this guy, he is dubious. He's not going to want to open a trade window with me, but you go behind him and you sneak and you right click him and boom, you can open up a trade window with him. Don't you love that? So I'm going to sell all these leather whips. That's the cool thing about oh, he's not paying me anything for that. But that is the cool thing about being a rogue or being a class that can sneak. Oh, it helps a lot. So I'm just gonna sell all this stuff. You don't need videos of me selling stuff, but anyways, that's a nice little trick. All right, so we're just gonna keep hunting for Mountain Death mineral salts. Okay, I left another one. Okay, and that's Nurga, and we'll exit out of here. Okay, so I brought up the map for Frontier Mountains. I'm actually in Trakanon's Teeth right now. So we were in Nurga right here, the Mines of Nurga, which is sort of the south center part of the zone. And Droga is right here to the northwest. So if you can zone in from the Overthere and just head straight to the northwestern edge of the zone, you can find Droga. Droga is essentially a lower level version of Nurga. Don't really know why they divided that up, but it's pretty straightforward to get there. You just kill goblins when you're there. So I felt like I could explain that while running to Sebilis, because the run to Sebilis is kind of hard. And this would be no kind of, Kunark explanation video, an explanation of poison making without going to Old Sebilis. What a great zone. So the drop rate for Nodding Blue Lilies and Wax Flowers here is much higher than the Plains of Power zones, and that would include the Crypt of Decay and the Plane of Air. There's some other places. Like I said, you can forage Nodding Blue Lilies. I need a haste. And so the drop rate in this zone is much, much higher. Let's drink a haste pot. There you go. And the way to do this is go stealthed, and I'm going about this wrong. Just target him and stab him. See his health just disappear. Alrighty, and we're just farming these guys for Nodding Blue Lilies and Wax Flowers. There's some right there. These guys also drop Crystalized Sulfur. You want that as well. They drop jewels, they drop gems. I also wanted to go over a couple other things as you're going through this zone. As a rogue, makes you very special. I'm just going to ignore these guys, because I'm not going to just strictly farm when I'm here. Let's go over to the crypt area. Oh gosh, this brings back such good memories. I have nothing but good memories of Sebilis. Okay, this is the crypt door, and these are lockpicks. Okay, open the door, and you're in an undead area. Okay, and we have undead frog logs. And watch what happens when I kill this guy. Bam! There's a Krupp ghoul right there. When I kill him, if you look here where it says frog logs of Sebilis couldn't get any worse, but the frog logs of Guck got better. Okay? So the Guck frog logs like me when I kill the undead frog logs of Sebilis. So that's something to keep in mind. Later, if you want to get the Wood Elf illusion, it always helps to kill undead frog logs, whether they're undead frog logs in Guck or undead frog logs in Sebilis. You can get your Guck faction with live frog logs improved. Type filter, let's see where I'm going here. And I just want to show you the crypt. There's the crypt. Okay. So, we have Imperial Crypt Guardians. Open this door. Now let's see. We've got the Skeletal Hierophant. This is not the name. This is the named placeholder. We also have the Skeletal Baron. He's the placeholder for the name. The Harbinger. And the Duke. Okay, so these are the four named up here. So the actual names are Hierophant Prime Gekkel, Baron Yadzik, Harbinger Fraglor, and Archduke Latol. You can just stay here and kill placeholders to your heart's content. Okay, we can also find the blood and Emperor down here in Crypt. And let's go see if they're up, if they're open. And you'd be surprised how much money I was paid just to open that door for people that were on their way here. So, you know, I was just paid. Oh, it's need a key. I just unlock the door. Lockpicks here. All right, so there's where blood will spawn. That's his placeholder. Go in here, and there's Imp. Let's just kill him just for the fun of it. He won't run, and done. Alright, I looted something. I looted Deepwater Vambraces. This is a pally item. This is a Soothe. And I think I just got an achievement. Hunter of the Sebilis Ruins. And just something to keep in mind here. Notice how I didn't aggro any of these guys. Well, they just saw me. Oh, here, check this out. Escape and go back in a shroud. Oh, well. I screwed that up. So, anyways, that was a really bad demonstration of how to assassinate. I'm gonna kill these guys and just go upstairs. Okay, so that was cool. The Emperor was up, and I got that achievement. I never killed him on my own before. But like I said, people are really, really appreciative of rogues staying here and just opening the door. And you get tipped a lot of money just for opening a silly door, not doing anything. So anyways, let's get out of the crypt. And I just wanted to go over a couple things. I kind of went over this a little bit with Annulus, but just wanted to kind of finish my thought process. Okay, so that's crypt, height filter. All right, so there's 3 separate wings. It's not as messy as Guck, thankfully. So you've got this side on the east side and the west side, okay? And they have names. Every single frog log has a chance of dropping naughty blue lilies and wax flowers. One thing that you'll run into in Era and in later eras is that this tends to be where people are power leveled, okay? The power leveling tends to be on this side. I'll show you where that is. Generally what power levelers will do, they'll work out of the jail right here, and they'll pull a whole bunch of mobs right here to this spot right here, and they'll pull basically the entire disco area all the way to this jail cell, and then they'll just AoE stun and AoE nuke and get the paying group XP. I try, if there's a power leveling group here, I try to stay out of their way. I myself have been power leveled before, and I know how difficult it is, especially for rogues, but other classes as well, for them to get XP. So if there's someone camped up here, I just stay away, okay? And the same thing is true on the east side. Actually, this is disco. This is armory. This is the castle area. This is the disco on the east side. And so people could be power leveling there as well. So do a camp check, see if people are camped in disco or the castle area, and if they are, what I choose to do is go downstairs, okay? The way you get there is you go to this little body of water here, and you go down this little waterfall. Whee! Okay, so now we're in the Illis floor, okay? I don't really think there's an Illis camp here. This is a frog log. This is a frog log, Illis Shaman and Illis Knight. There's an Illis Wizard. These guys are a little tougher than the frog logs upstairs, so these guys are a little bit more advanced. Well, not that advanced, but... So, the cool thing is these guys have a drop rate equivalent to the drop rate of the frog logs upstairs in terms of nodding blue lilies and wax flowers. Also a good place to get AA. Remember, they're Spirit of the Wolf. I got that indoor Spirit of the Wolf. And, man, that's brutal. So what you want to do, snare him. He ain't going anywhere now. There you go. So these guys have about comparable a drop rate of nodding blue lilies and wax flowers. And these generally are not camped. They're a little harder. And there you go. See how fast he runs away? So you got to be on top of him. Alright, let's sneak downstairs. You notice how sneak didn't break? I didn't take any damage, so sneak didn't break, so that was cool. Alright, so let's go deeper and deeper into Sebilis. Alright, go up here, and boom. We have an Illis Shaman. What I like doing here is just going into each of these jail cells. There you go. They're right behind him. Bam, dead. I also like coming here for a green froglog skin. Partly why I'm here. I'm actually not as much here for the lilies and wax flowers. I'm more here for the green froglog skin, because I like looking like a froglog. And these guys gonna take off. Luckily, he doesn't have Spirit of the Wolf. So no one camps down here in Era. They generally stay upstairs, which is fine. Yeah, and so you know, just use that to your advantage. The fact that no one's down here. If they are down here, they're generally working toward the spore, the Myconoid Spore King camp. He drops the what do you call it? That 15 health regen item. I forget what it's called. That's gonna drive me crazy. I can't remember what it's called. There you go. Beautiful humanoid kill bot. Haven't gotten any lilies to drop. This is a little weird. Alright, so I just kill all these Krupps and all these Illis. Okay, just keep working your well away. So work all these jail cells. And just come around here. There's a Krupp. There's a Illis Wizard. These Illis Wizards, I think, make the best pets for enchanters. Got a nodding blue lily off of him. Alright. Okay. I left wax flowers on him, because I got over 1,000 wax flowers in the bank, so not as concerned with wax flowers these days. I used to be, though. Okay, so there's a Myconoid, and there's a Krupp Shaman. This is also the exit. Let's see if I can kill this Krupp Shaman. Go back. Yeah, and then move forward. Okay, that was a successful assassination. Let's see if I can kill this guy. Okay, so he was trying to assist aggro. I got assist aggro off of... there you go. Alright, so that was a good assassination. They didn't even see me. Alright, so those are all the froglogs there. Let's kill all the froglogs. And what we could do, we can work through this area. And the Spore King, and I know I'm doing a tour of Sebilis and I'm not really covering poison making materials, but I just love Sebilis, I'm sorry. Alright, the Spore King is here. And another thing you can keep in mind, ooh, a Reach Shaman. What's a Reach Shaman doing here? Another thing to keep in mind is, say for example, everything's camped upstairs, and you've killed all the froglogs down here. So one more thing to keep in mind is you can work yourself towards the Juggernaut Camp. Provided the Juggernauts are not camped, you can kill them for cash, and use that cash to buy nodding blue lilies and wax flowers. I'm literally at the worst possible place I can be right now. Just because I was curious in that breed froglog. Okay, cool, I got both of them. That was a finishing blow on both of them. That was off a riposte. You see that? So I riposte and killed one, which is a single riposte. Pretty neat, huh? Alright, so let's see here. let's go this way. Helps to use height filter. Let's work towards the Juggernaut Camp. And the good news is these Juggernauts always drop spells. They always drop good money drops, gems. They drop all kinds of good stuff. Alrighty. And open this up. There's an echo of Sebilis. He actually is indifferent. But we like killing these reets. So, if you work yourself to the reet camp, there is a crystallized sulfur and a wax flower right there. Again, a nice successful assassination. This guy did not see me. He got that, so wasn't able to really do that with the Emperor. There's that assist aggro. Let's see what we get. These guys also drop the reet. There's some naughty blue lilies. These guys drop the reet froglog crown, which the cool thing with the reet crown is it's a magic resist item, which is very, very nice, and it can be used in the wood elf illusion. I think that's about it. That's here. We can work ourselves behind this secret path here. And this is the Juggernaut Camp proper. We generally pull to about here, and I mean I can kill all these jugs if I really wanted to, but generally this is the pull location right here, right before you get on the bridge. Just see if Trachanon is up. Sometimes he's up. If he's not, then I'll just gate out right here. And let's see here. We don't have Trachanon up. We do have the Sebilite Protector. There's Mr. Jump-A-Lot over there. So let's just let's kill this Protector. Ugh. He summoned me. Oh, precious. So just go all the way back here. Staff of Battle. That's pretty good for, you know, classic era. You see how they drop spells every single time, and you can use that money just to buy nodding blue lilies. So that's pretty much it with Kunark. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to Lachlan. We're going to go to the moon. And we're going to avoid Velius because, quite frankly, I don't know of any real poison-making materials that drop in Velius. If anybody knows differently, please let me know, but I am not aware of any poison-making materials that make high trivial poisons that will level up your poison-making in the Velius continent. So I'm just going to go right to Lachlan. We're going to go to the moon, and we're going to show you what drops there.